It's a pleasure to share with you some background and additional material that relates to our paper on bridging complex systems approaches and social determinants of health. The paper represents a confluence of a variety of streams of evidence. First, there's the large volume of evidence that indicates that social determinants of health are critical in understanding the patterns of health between and within populations. And what do I mean by social determinants of health? Well, I mean a lot of things, starting with behavior, moving to social circumstances, to the economic situations in which people live, to the neighborhoods that they live in, the cities they live in, and to all the policy drivers that affect those as well as other determinants of health. So what we've learned, I think, is that in order to fully appreciate what's driving health and patterns of health in populations, we need to somehow pull together all these different streams of evidence and determinants and then figure out how they get under the skin and drive biological processes as well. Now, the problem is that these are what some people have called tangled and wicked webs. They are interact, they affect each other, they feed back on each other, they have dynamics that operate over time in terms of their effects on other factors. It makes the whole idea of thinking about small independent effects rather problematic. When things are so tangled, it's really hard to pull out individual effects, to think of them as independent, when in fact they are pulled together in very dense webs of causation and influence, which operate over time, over the life course, and over space as well. This is what brought us to thinking about complex systems approaches, and in particular agent-based modeling, as a way of looking at some of these. Now, there's a history of this, but I would say that for the most part, such methods have not been widely used in thinking about population health and health disparities. So in the paper, we present some of the arguments for this kind of approach, and we give you some examples of two problems, one related to socioeconomic determinants of health and the other related to neighborhood determinants of health. The notion is that, for that one is that location is a strong predictor of your subsequent health. But we know that people move and that they may carry with them factors that influence their health, and that neighborhoods as well and cities may influence those factors. And so we have, again, this dense and tangled web. So we provided a few examples. We think perhaps you'll find them interesting, maybe not totally convinced. They are the beginning, but we think this is an area where there is strong promise for further work. And we're hoping that many of the people who think about complex systems and many of the people who think about social determinants of health will move towards bridging these two areas. I can tell you that there's tremendous interest. In late February of 2014, the Network on Inequality, Complexity, and Health, a NIH-funded interdisciplinary North American network, which I led, sponsored a meeting at NIH on bridging complex systems approaches and population health and health disparities. We were astonished at the interest. More than 800 people registered for the meeting, and there have been many spin-offs from it. It's really very encouraging, and I think this area of this kind of endeavor, while not replacing all the other things we know, all the other instruments we have, will become an important addition to our toolbox in understanding determinants of health and population health and health disparities. So I'm looking forward to seeing additional work from those of you out there. I'm happy to talk about what we've done and where I think things might go, and hear about the work you're doing. And you can reach me at gkaplan@umich.edu. Look forward to hearing from you.